All right, so today's video is going to be on TXT, Tomorrow by Together. We are revisiting their energy. We're gonna get into a couple different topics today, but let's get started. Actually, how is everybody? Are you good? I hope you're good. We're gonna get started with what the fans need to know. We're going to be using our Song Oracle deck.
I know, throwback. Okay.
So we have Ashanti, The Way That I Love You. We have Drake featuring Rihanna, Take Care. And then we have Casey and JoJo, All My Life. Okay, interesting. People definitely, people, where are we going? First of all, I just want to start right off the bat with saying, like, this is their dream. This is their dream. This is like, they're doing the things that they want to do. They're doing the things that they were promised. The touring, the comebacks, the working with people. They're doing all the things. It feels like a coming full circle moment for them, low key right now, because it feels like, OMG, like after everything was shut down due to, after everything was shut down, they were like, man, I don't know how I feel about this because it's kind of weird to move in this energy. But they definitely feel like now that they're out of that energy and they're more out in the world, they're like, okay, this is what we came here to do. This is why we trained so hard. This is why we worked so hard. And now here we are, and it's starting to pay off. You get what I mean? I feel like they feel like things are starting to pay off for them.
Me being interrupted by the music. Okay. Alright, I think it's too distracting. I'll turn it on.
So they feel like all their lives, this is the goal that they've been working for. And nothing could be sweeter, nothing can be better than this. I mean, it does have its ups. They do have their ups and downs, but they definitely feel like this is what they came here to do, and they're doing that one thing. You see what I mean? Especially with this one wish. It's like, this is what we were working towards. This was our goal, and this is where we're at right now. Okay? We're doing that. We're living that life. We're about that life right now. Okay? They feel like I'm at the table. What? I'm at the table with important people. That's what they feel like. I'm dead. Okay. They stay up at night thinking about new ways that they can be their best, that they can be their best for fans, that they can be their best in general. What can they do that can better themselves so they can, do the dang thing? And it's like, with this All My Life energy, it's like their fan base, not the negative Nancys, okay? Not the negative Nancys, the negative lemons, okay? They're talking about like the people that genuinely watch them and listen to their music and stream their music. They're like, wow, these fans, they're really going to bat for us, okay? Like legit, they feel like they found their people, their tribe, if that makes sense. Like, especially with your fan base, you can't pick and choose who listens to your music, but they're like, a majority of the people that are in our fandom, top notch. They feel like they've accomplished stuff, and it wouldn't be for the fans. It wouldn't be, if not for the fans, that they wouldn't be sitting at that table with important people right now. Okay, that's what they feel like. I'm definitely getting this mending energy. So there are certain things that, when things aren't going the way that they need to be, or they're not going in their favor, they definitely have community in each other to come together and do, like, take care of each other. And they feel like they have a community that supports them so that they can feel good. They might look at fan art, they might do things like that. They love interacting with fans over the internet because, they're Gen Z idols. Come on. They're Gen Z, so they definitely get that Gen Z aspect going here. They love the interactions. They love seeing things online. They love seeing the memes. They love seeing all of that stuff. The fandom culture, they're fascinated by it in a way. People get intense, but it's all good. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's somewhere in this world I'd rather be than here in my room dreaming about you and me. Period. Like, these boys, they literally do care. It's not a front, and I feel like if any of the any stress that they feel is because they're concerned with what can I do better to feed you guys. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I feel like they definitely feel like their fans are friends as well. Like, they're like, let me see what my fandom does, right? Let me see what they're about right now. They do things like that. Like, let me be hip with the fans right now. What are they talking about? What are they doing? All right, so we're gonna get in for the tarot today. We're going to get into 3 different topics. Probably we're gonna do their group dynamic. We're gonna do what are they currently thinking and feeling, and then we're also going to be doing we're gonna pull like a single card on each of them, you know, each of the members. That's what we're gonna do today.
Not in any particular order. We're just cruising. We're cruising.
Okay, let's see. Let's get started with their group dynamic. So, what is the dynamic of this group? We have the World card. First card out, very sweet. 3 of Swords, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the 8 of Coins. Okay, so this group, oh, and then we have the Ace of Swords, the Empress, and the 3 Wands at the bottom of the deck, okay? So this group, their dynamic is very whole, you know? Everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own ways in which they shine. And there's a lot of things like that they share in common, if that makes sense. It's like they all have the same goal in mind and what they're working towards and why they're fighting so hard to get to there. And nobody's left behind in this dynamic. Nobody's left behind, you know? I'm getting with this 3 Swords, even when times like when they're fighting, like squabbling amongst each other, or they have like grievances, there's like a thing that they do where they all come together and they're like, okay, so what's your problem here? Okay, this is my problem. Okay, so how do you feel about that? And what's your problem here? Okay, this is my problem and this is how I feel about what they just said. And yeah, it's kind of that kind of thing. They're very honest and open with each other, and I feel like Subin as a leader feels like this is very important. Like the communication aspect is very important, you know, because I don't think not all of them are on the same level of communication or as open with communication as another person in the group, but I definitely feel like they work on this. They definitely work on this. They bond. They do bonding activities. They like, there's like, maybe it's gaming or something. Like they do bonding activities. They do things together to make each other laugh. They, yeah, this is very cute energy. I think the only thing I'm like, oh, what's that about is this 3 of Swords right here. And it's like, they do get on each other's nerves sometimes. I think people can get their feelings hurt, but that's where the rest of the dynamic comes into play. That's where their leader comes into play, because they'll sit them down and be like, okay, so what's the problem? They'll talk it out and then come to some kind of resolution, you know? Because at the end of the day, they realize like none of this can work if we're not cohesive as a unit. Like, you get what I mean? I think they're moving very fast towards something, or they want to move very fast towards something. But I'm seeing a more steady, slow and steady kind of energy. You know what I mean? And I feel like most people in the group are fine with that. And then some people are a little bit more impulsive and like, I want it now. I want it this. I want it to look like this and blah, 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 blah. And I feel like a lot of them counteract, like they all complement each other in a way that brings them back down to earth, you know? Like this is why we're working hard. This is why it's better to be slow and steady. It's better to do this. And then when something good happens, they're like, see, look, you know, that kind of, doesn't that make you feel good? I know that you were feeling some type of way about how long it's taking, but it's all good. It's all good at the end of the day.
There's a squirrel. Hi, Taya.
They're very open. They see each other very clearly. They know each other very well. I'm not talking about tips and quirks or whatever, but I mean, like, yeah, there is a sense of like, I do think they keep certain things private from each other, but it's not in like a, oh, I don't want you to know kind of way. It's more of like a, you'll find out when you need to. And I feel like that's how they got to know each other this whole time. But yeah, it's a very complete group all around the room. Good reviews, very clear goals. We know what we're doing. We know how to take care of each other. We've all kind of trauma bonded. Like, we have a common goal. We all trauma bonded. Like, we know how hard it can be, and we know how to uplift a mood. You know, that kind of thing. I like this dynamic. It's really cute. Yeah, kind of healthy too, because even this is healthy. You know, like, you're going to have problems with people, and as long as you know how to work them out, you're good. And I definitely see that. They know how to work issues out with each other. There's something that they're working hard on right now, currently, period. Like, I feel like once we get into the next section, which will be what are they currently feeling, yeah, it'll get more in depth about that. But I'm definitely seeing, like, they're working on projects right now. They're getting stuff done. And they're overly optimistic. I think they have their good days and their bad days with whatever they're dealing with right now.
I know I said we're going to get into 3 different topics, but I feel like if I pull a card on each member themselves, it will kind of point to the whole collective. You get what I mean? So it's like, that's going to tell me what are they currently feeling too. Okay.
There is definitely a project going on. That is for sure. Comeback stuff. Okay, for Yeonjun's energy, we have the Sun. For Subin's energy, we have the Four of Wands. For Bumgyu's energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. For Tan's energy, we have the Five of Cups. And then for Hyunikai's energy, we have the Five of Swords. And then for the collective group's energy and how they're feeling completely, we have the Tower, the Hierophant, and the Lover's card. Yeonjun's feeling pretty optimistic. I think he feels like there's a lot of possibilities and a lot of avenues that he can go. There's a lot of opportunities available to him at this time. And I think he feels like he'll make the right decision doing whatever he's doing. Period. I feel like he feels like he has a lot of eyes on him, but he's okay with this. He's okay with having a lot of eyes on him, and he wants to make everybody proud, and he feels like he's doing just that. I think there's a lot of things that he does. He knows himself very well, and there's things that he does when he's not feeling his best that bring him back. I think he's someone who needs his time alone to kind of recharge himself, and then he can go back into the world and be like, okay, we're cool now. And I feel like sometimes dealing with living with these other people and talking to the people gets on his nerves when he's in those moments where he has a more negative temperament, or like when he needs to recharge. And he's very aware of his own moods and everything, and he's like, yeah, I can do this, I know what's going on, and I know how to remedy that. I just need the time to do it. That kind of thing. And he's like, I'm good though. Like, he tries his hardest to be someone that they can depend on and someone who they can come to and all of that good stuff. But he's also like, I need to make sure I'm right with myself in order to help anybody, you know? I feel like that's something he's learned out throughout the years. With Subin's energy, with this Four of Wands, maybe he accomplished something recently. He feels like very accomplished. He feels like, oh, dang, this is what I did. I did it. You know, he did he's doing like, did some kind of happy dance, something he's done that he's proud of. This is what I was working towards, and this is what I got. So he feels like he reached some kind of goal recently. I think this is also like, he feels like he's being the best leader, the best person that he can be at this time. And he definitely feels like he's living in his truth. Don't know why that came out, but he feels like he's living in his truth, and he feels like he's done something very well. He's like, I'm done, I'm good, I came, I ate, no crumbs. Bumpkin, I feel like he might feel like he's lost some kind of sense of direction. Like, he's like, I know why I'm working. Do I need to work this hard towards it? Is this worth it? I kind of want to leave it there, but no, it's like, I'm still gonna continue to work hard and everything, but sometimes I don't feel like I know what I'm working towards. And I know that I should feel like I'm working towards something and I should know exactly what I'm working towards, but I don't know. And I'm just let it come to me, but I don't know. I feel like he could be very in his head about his work. That's what I'm seeing. Like, he's in his head about his work. He's still gonna do the dang thing. And he's still going to do his best at it. But he's just like, I don't know. He might be having trouble keeping promises to people. Like, if he's saying, like, I'm gonna game with you for this time to this time, he's having trouble doing that. I think this period will pass, though. This period will pass for both of you. Taeyeon, he suffers in silence with this Five of Cups. It's not that he doesn't trust people or anything. It's like, he's more like, if I can't depend on myself to get it done, or I can't depend on myself for this and that, then what's the point? You know? And I think to other people, he seems fine or whatever. They might tell he's a little off, but he definitely feels like, ugh. He feels like, ugh, you know? Things are going right in his life, but he just feels like, for whatever reason, he feels like, something isn't right. Something doesn't feel right here. Something in himself doesn't feel right at this time. And he's like, it frustrates him, it makes him sad, because he's like, but everything in my environment's going so well. But there's just this one thing. He might feel really lonely. I think he's an intellectual too. So like, this comes with being an intellectual. It's like, I feel like people aren't on my level. And it's not, that doesn't make them bad people. They're just not on my level. It's not me judging them or anything. I just feel like I wish I had more connection, more community. I wish I had more something, you know? Wish I found those people that could make me feel like, oh my gosh, you know what? I feel that same way too. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I feel like a lot of he has different views from a lot of people around him, and it comes from the fact that he's such a logical mind. He has such a logical mind. I think he's just going through a period of time where he feels like something's missing. Yeah. Hyunkai. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. He puts expectations on himself that nobody else is putting on him. Like, he expects more of himself than other people expect. And I don't mean like, oh, he expects himself to be perfect. He expects himself to be like, he's a perfectionist. He wants to be the best. He wants to do the best. He wants to know the best. And that's why it takes him so long to do things. And he gets frustrated with himself. He gets frustrated with himself when he has to keep doing things so that it feels right to him. He feels some type of, like, he beats himself up, and he's like, everybody's going to think I'm this, everybody's going to think I take too long, everybody's going to think I'm not perfect. And it's all because it's in his mind. Like, he creates internal conflict. Like, he creates internal conflict when nobody else is expecting these things of him, but he expects it of himself. And he's like, I need to do this, I need to be this, I need to da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, he feels bad, and he feels like people around him will see him, view him differently when they're not, because they love him, of course. But he feels like people are gonna view him differently when he doesn't get things right the first time, or that he takes his time doing things. Like, bro, that's crazy. It's crazy. You know, the thing that I love about being a tarot reader in general is that I learn things about myself through people, because like, I can see myself in each of these people, and I'm like, yeah.
It's weird. You go from the eldest all the way down to the youngest, and it's like these younger two are like, they're Gen Z through and through, like anxiety, depression, all
all of that stuff. they're like, they are hard on themselves, and they internalize things. So yeah, they internalize things. And Taeyeon's like, I'm not letting this stuff out. And he's just like, yeah, it's me. I'm the problem. When you're not even a problem, bro. Relax. Relax. Anyways, we're gonna do the Tower, the Hierophant, and the Lover's card. There's something that they feel like is coming together as a whole, and this is, it feels like, you ever have those moments in life where you just resonate with what's going on so hard, and you're like, yeah, 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 you know, like that kind of thing. I feel like they're all going through a tough time. There's a lot of changes, a lot of fast things happening. There's a lot of new things added to their schedule. There's a lot of things just going on in general. Like in general, there's so much going on. But I feel like they think they can handle it. This is what they literally train for. This is what they're here to do. They can do it. They have faith. Despite all the changes or whatever, they feel like they can handle. They feel like they can do the right thing. And the Lover's card speaks of a connection between the heart, mind, body, and soul. It's like a whole thing and a wholeness kind of thing. And I'm definitely seeing that. It's like their heart, their spirit, their souls are into this. It's into this. And that's why they feel so many different things. And that's why they feel so intensely, is because they're into it. And they have faith they'll get through it. It'll come out to be the best that they know it will be. It'll come out to be well received. They have faith. They know that it's all worth it in the end. But for the time being, it feels intense. It feels like so much is happening. Everything's fast paced. Everything's moving fast. So many things are added to my schedule. I feel so busy. But they know they can handle it, and they have faith that it will balance out. It'll be better. Because their heart's into it. They love what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They love it. We have the Judgment, Ace of Discs, and the King of Discs at the bottom of the deck with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. They're doing something. They're doing it well. Their preparations are going exactly how they need them to. Love that for them. I think they're definitely in the throes of the creative process right now as well. And they're handling it really well. This is gonna come out really good. Yeah. They're working. They're working. They're going to give the people what they want. Period. They're like, since we have the floor, let's do something with it. Let's make it worthwhile. Yeah. All right. Now we have come to the end of our video today. That was TXT. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good day, morning, night, evening. Yeah. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Yeah.